Got the whole damn verse spinning around you with open arms. It's a race against time that plunges you deep into the black. What are you gonna do when the void stares back? You'll never stop the revolution. Time to begin your evolution. Take a leap of faith. You gotta break the illusion. You gotta make your own solution. Take a leap of faith. The future's just a void, jump away.
Greetings one and all, and welcome back to Channel Other Doc. I am Jim, I use he, him pronouns, and this is our Dark Matter campaign, Ghosts of Saltmaw. One more time, just as a reminder to folks, because I'm going to plug this every time until this ends. This channel is undergoing a donation drive in support of the Bail Project. That is through our Sprawl campaign, where we are Team Phyllis. Feel free to follow that link in there. That is to help provide bail assistance to protesters. Very important. Also, I generally like to bring attention to Campaign Zero as well, and I've put the link there in the chat as well. That is an organization dedicated to ending police violence. So please check that out if you have a moment. But now let us go around and tell folks who we are and who we're playing. It's been a little while. I'm playing Cole Hayden, Human Gunslinger, and now let us go over to Anino. Hello.
How's it going, everyone? My name is Anino. I use he, him pronouns, and today I am playing Rekmara, the Avianra druid, who also uses he, him pronouns, and will never get his name right in web captioner. So, whatever.
Oh man, I don't know. Web captioner. But it briefly said read "I don't know, man" as Manhattan, and then gave up. Now let us. Web captioner, how I've missed you. Let us go now over to Cazimi. Hello.
Hi, I'm Cazimi. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I am playing Klangswell Nunu Fritz Holdsbottom Thunderstruck, the space gnome who uses they, them pronouns. And I'm going to say Rekmara and see what Nope, recommended. Not quite what we're looking for.
No, it's not there. It's not there. All right, well, as the saga of web captioner continues, let us head over to May. Hello.
Evening, everybody. My name is May. I am playing Lastness Chain Tower. We both use she, her pronouns. I am a human being, and she is a Star Dwarf Paladin.
Very important to make sure the delineation is there. That is that is key. That is very key. Awesome. And now let us head over to Mem. Hello.
Hey, I'm Mem. Tonight I will be playing the Nautilus Witch Narita Galeen. We both use she, her pronouns, and I'm going to say Rekmara too for fun.
Rekmara. Nope,
Close enough.
Yeah, still giving up.
It did have Ragnarok for just a fraction of a second.
Oh man, would have been so much more. That would be so much more metal if it had held on to that. But or if it had gotten it right, who knows? But now now to end this silliness and start the other silliness, let us now hand things over to our illustrious station master, Alyssa. Hello.
Hey, Jim. I am very excited to be back, so thank you everyone for tuning in. My name is Alyssa. I use she, her pronouns, and I play everybody else. So, as with most games on this channel, we'll be using the X card, the N card, and the O card. If at any point in the game we stumble into territory that's crossing the line for anybody and we don't want to go there at all, that's where the X comes in. Type it into the Zoom chat, make an X symbol. We stop, rewind, add a dash of retcon, and it never happened. If we're kind of towing the line and it's okay to have the subjects in the game, but we don't want a graphic description, that's where the N comes into play. We will pan to the fake fireplace, fade to black, and change the subject. And if at any point you're in the midst of drama and intense role play and you think maybe that was a little too much and you just want to check in and make sure everyone's doing okay, you can type an O with a question mark. And if you are doing okay, type an O in response. And if not, feel free to respond as needed. And if you're just freaking out in the moment and you need to say, Alyssa, no more spiders, that's okay too. We can wing it. And previously on Ghosts of Saltmaw, the party had entered a bunker beneath Asteroid Abbey to find a makeshift gambling table and 3 human corpses, 2 in basic red scrubs and 1 in hegemony uniform, who seemed to have died from laser sword wounds. The bodies seemed to be relatively fresh and the room recently occupied, so the team proceeded with caution, clearing the cafeteria, which contained a working food replicator and boxes full of supplies, and the dispensary, which was somewhat less well stocked, but they did find a handful of medicinal substances and a very nice coat. Across the hall in the barracks, they found a withered corpse with a dagger sticking out of his chest and a cache of smuggled weapons. Next was the medical wing, which had apparently been kept spotless except for the blood of some poor orderly who appeared to have been bludgeoned to death by a husk, also known as a space zombie, for those of you who might not be up on the terminology or have forgotten because it's been a while. And the husk was apparently dispatched by a laser sword on the floor in 2 pieces. While searching the room, Rekmara noticed some scuff marks on the floor and pulled a curtained partition aside to reveal a hidden door, which led deeper into the facility. Following the corridor to an intersection of branching hallways, the druid noticed a shimmer in the floor and rolled one of his vials of medicine toward it. The vial dropped through a projected illusion and into a pit trap, which a quick pass with a camera that Fritz attached to a mechanical spider friend revealed to be filled with acidic slime. Well, Cole retrieved the exam table from further back in the facility to place over the hole in the floor. Rekmara and Narita jumped across the hole and found another trapdoor, this one rigged to drop a heavy bulkhead from the ceiling onto whatever unlucky soul tried to open the door. Rekmara identified the trap and set it off from a distance, blasting a hole in the door to reveal that there was nothing behind it but another solid bulkhead. Backtracking the way they had come, they found the opposite hallway trapped with a laser tripwire, which Fritz expertly disarmed, and a trapdoor in the floor, which Rekmara identified and Lasness opened with her foot to reveal a husk skewered on spikes at the bottom of another 10-foot drop. Finally, they came to another series of rooms, one of which was a storeroom with the corpse of a husk in hegemony uniform, and some healing hypos, and another which proved to be an empty armory and 2 more dead bodies with a stash of money and spell scrolls in the floor. Beyond that was a room with a life-size statue of former Arch-Chancellor of the Human Hegemony, and an arcane terminal which projected a holographic scale model of the galaxy. Fritz was able to play back some of the most recent simulations and from within the past 2 weeks and realized that the pirates might be attempting to amass some kind of force against the solar citadel at the center of the galaxy. While Fritz worked on downloading the information, Cole proceeded to the next room, where he was able to access the bunker's security system. There, on the camera, he saw a room with a summoning circle and a mysterious individual wielding dual laser half-swords against a forlorn husk. And that's where we pick up tonight. So, Cole, how do you react?
There's so much I forgot about. Yeah, no, I'm just sort of going to just sort of look at it. I'm like, well, that's a thing. I just sort of turn. I'm like, they're here. Look, someone's here. And I will point at the screen to anyone who is in the room with me.
I believe Narita was in the room looking at the bookshelves. Rekmara might have been in the room as well. But otherwise, it's up to the lot of you where you wish to be at this point in time.
I think Fritz was still back with the arcane terminal, assuming that someone would shout down the hallway if anything interesting was going on, or I needed to be pulled away from that at that point.
Right.
Otherwise, Fritz is just going to diddle here until they come back and say everything is clear.
Yeah, and you do have comms, so you can probably hear each other back and forth.
That's fair.
Until somebody actually remembers to calm me.
Yeah, that's
Fritz
fair.
is a little bit preoccupied.
I think then I'll just basically not knowing who, just if there's someone else in the room with me, I'll say that to them, and then I will pull out my comm and broadcast in generally. Well, we still have company. There's someone down in the... Where the hell is that? And I just want to look and see if I can see what security tells us that room is.
Security pulls up a map, and that room is going to be it's the last place left that you haven't explored, so it's going to be just down the hall and around the corner.
And to be clear, this was someone with a couple of laser swords, and they were dispatching what?
Some husks that were coming through this portal or appearing in the summoning circle in the middle of this room filled with like crates and boxes and stuff.
All right, I'm just going to basically just take out my gun. Just take out my gun. Say again over the comms. Yeah, someone needs a hand down there, and I'm just going to get up and I'm going to start moving in that direction.
Yeah, I think Fritz will take that as enough of a, hey, something is going on to break away from the arcane terminal and fire up the conduit gauntlets just in case. And head further down the hallway toward the room that I think Cole had gone into, assuming that that's where he needed help, was where he was, until I see him come out.
And I'm sorry, this is Jim has brain problems sometimes. What was the name of the room on the map that it said where the laser sorting is taking place? Or did security name the room?
You're muted.
Let's call it the warehouse.
Okay. I'm just pointing, I say, warehouse. And
Fritz momentarily, under their breath, says, their house, their castle. No, wait, wrong time, wrong place.
sorry, I thought I had that on mute. It was safe to do that. Um, my plan was to say Lastness activates her shield that she just got and summons her nano rocket hammer and says, well, husks aren't getting any younger or any more undeather. Let's go.
Rekmara just eye rolls and follows behind at a safe distance.
Rita decides to go too. Doesn't want to get caught alone and unawares.
Yeah. So you head down the hall into this 40-foot square room. The ceiling seems to be supported by two massive metal beams. Its walls, floor, and ceiling are all highly polished. There are boxes, crates, and corpses of husks lying scattered about, indicating a recent struggle. And standing in the midst of the chaos is a single figure, clad in a flight suit. Their hair is pulled back from their face in tight braid on one side and loose on the other, kind of like this. And in the back there's an undercut with coiling tentacles.
Actual
And
tentacles.
they have, just as far as you can tell, it's just the hairstyle.
Okay, just I'll keep that.
But one never knows.
Right. Yeah, no, it's like we have this thing with tentacles and vines and things lately.
Yes.
So just
Yeah. It's as far as you can tell, it's an aesthetic. But they have a pair of laser half swords, one in each hand, and they are currently engaged with a husk that has stepped through the summoning circle.
Are they within the circle?
No, it looks like they're standing just past it, but anytime something comes through and starts moving across the room, they attack.
Okay.
Judging by the number of corpses on the floor, they've been at this for a while.
what's the orientation of the summoning circle? I mean, when you said it originally, I thought circle on the floor and they're popping up out of the ground, but it sounds like maybe you're talking a wall or a vertically oriented thing that they're walking through.
Yeah, it's kind of on the far wall.
All right. Fritz assumes that there's going to be some kind of tech that will allow it to turn off the summoning circle. But Fritz needs to get closer, hopefully without drawing attention of things popping out of it. So if there are boxes and whatnot, Fritz is going to hug a wall, hide behind things, stay stealthy, and try to get closer to the summoning circle to try to figure out where the controls might be.
Yeah, there are lots of crates and boxes that will give a gnome cover. So might even give some of the medium to larger sized individuals some cover if they want to crouch down with a rifle or what have you.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna move around a little bit to somewhere where there might be crates.
Yes.
But then just for now, just moving around just until I get into a decent position and then shoot at the corpse that is currently very rudely staying up.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and roll for initiative.
Hang on, I gotta take all this dust off this dice since it's been so long.
I had to reassemble my dice tower.
There you go. Now, Rekmara had to do something. 19.
13.
A total of 4. I'll be taking a break for a bit.
20.
Oh, don't worry. You won't have to wait nearly as long as me. 3.
It's horrible. Who's gonna soak up all the damage?
I know. Cole, considering how long it's going to take me to have my turn, I'd recommend you just use Lastness as a battering ram.
Fastball special time.
Yes!
Muted. Still muted.
Still muted.
Narita's up first.
Yeah.
Rita Europe and Doritos. I love it.
I guess, where is the closest husk to the entrance? Make it fun.
They are all kind of about halfway through, like halfway across the room.
Okay. Well, she'll
So far, there are just 2 husks.
take a shot at. She'll take a shot at whichever one she can, with the repeater from the entryway.
All right. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
The 14.
Just misses.
Darn. So she aims, she shoots, but she may slide a little on the floor as she's shooting, so it kind of goes wild. Notices her shot misses, kind of shrugs. I think it's the first time she's used the repeater, and then dives behind some crates.
All right. Next is Fritz.
Fritz is going to continue to work their way down to as close to the summoning circle as possible, staying behind crates or whatnot. If I need to roll a stealth, I can do that for you. And then Fritz is also going to make sure that the camera is mounted on Sparky, the spider bot, in order to send Sparky closer to the summoning circle in case there's something that I need to take a closer look at.
Okay. What is your movement speed?
My movement speed is... I know that I wrote it down because I'm short and I had to write it down.
25?
30.
30?
It is
All
30,
right.
yeah.
Excellent. So you can...
There it is.
You can get about halfway across the room with your movement. And are you going left or right?
Left.
Okay. So you notice as you get just beyond the two support beams in the middle of the room, on the left-hand wall, there is a little security access panel.
Okay.
That may be connected to whatever is going on the far wall.
Always a good idea. I'll be making my way toward that security panel when I get a chance.
Yeah. You're pretty much right there. So if you want to go ahead and make your tech
Okay.
roll.
I will do so. Oh, nice. 19 for 23.
All right. You are able to hack into that tech panel easily, and you can figure out how to shut it down. And when you do, the sigils that are lighting up the shiny far wall panel they flicker and go dark.
Yay. I'm still going to send Sparky with a camera, kind of continuing on to the other side of the room.
Sure. All right. And after that, it's the spacer / pirate's turn, and they are going to attack the husk that they have engaged with. So they make 2 attacks, one with each of their laser short swords here. And the first one hits, but then the second one, the husk kind of weaves out of the way. And Cole, you're up next.
Okay. So, just to be clear, because of various things, has the portal actually shut down, or did Fritz actually manage to shut the portal down, or or was that something else?
It looks like Fritz may have been able to shut it down. Nothing else has come through, and whatever circle was lit up has gone dark. So as far as you can tell, chances are good that it's shut down.
Okay, so it was just like literally a circle that was lit up. It's not like it's a I'm going to be even more specific with my language here, even though I'm going to be probably missing the mark on proper nouns, because of course I will. I'm imagining there was like a technological looking ring of light that is now no longer active. But there was nothing in between inside the ring then, like a swirling vortex or anything like that, right?
There was, when stuff came through, it would kind of shimmer, but otherwise it kind of blended in with the, like, polished, like, chrome-looking walls.
Okay. All right, cool. And how many undead do we still have?
2.
2? Okay. And I know that there's one that's engaged with the person wielding the laser swords, and what is the other one doing?
It's zombie walking.
Okay,
It hasn't
excellent.
really done much of anything yet. It just came through the portal as you were getting into the room.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to shoot at that one then.
Okay.
As I sit here trying to remember how my character works. Okay, that is going to be a 19.
19 hits.
Awesome. Does it hit by 5 or more?
No.
Okay. It's by itself, but I'm not going to overcharge just in case I need to. Just in case I need to actually turn to the next turn to something that's right next to someone next. Okay, that is 8 damage with my repeater.
Okay.
And now I just keep my position behind the crates or near the crates, just in case.
Sounds good. Rekmara, we're up next.
So Rekmara looks kind of bored. He's just leaning on his sun staff. He says to himself, I don't feel like getting too involved in this. And he summons one of his patented apocalypse crystals in his hands. Chart of the obelisk, if you will. And he points at Lasness and says, you, make yourself useful. And so he's going to cast his ability to evolutionary. And he is going to increase Lasness's strength by 3.
Thanks.
Right. Now we have Husk number 1, which is engaged with the dual laser sword wielder. And it makes 2 attacks with its fists against them. And it connects both times. And the swashbuckler will take 16 points of bludgeoning damage. And then it's Lasness' turn.
Am I able to get to the swashbuckler and his adversary without any of attacks of opportunity in this turn?
Yes.
I think I'll do that. I'll charge it forward.
Okay. They're about halfway across the room, so you can get there easily. And then you still have your action.
Okay, I'm going to use my rocket hammer. And let's see if that works out. 13.
13 is a miss.
It was a real impressive whiff, though, guys. I mean, really impressive.
And then Husk number 2 is gonna get across the room, and it also engages with the laser swashbuckler. All right. And we're back to the top of the round, so Narita is up.
Right. From the cover of the crates, I know words. Rita will cast. Wait, can Husk take necrotic damage?
They are. Surprisingly, they can.
All right.
Most zombies are resistant, but these ones are apparently not.
Excellent. So she will cast Halloween Curse at the nearest zombie.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
We missed yet again. It was a 9.
Yeah.
I guess she goes to cast a spell and like sneezes or something, and just everything is wrong today. We'll continue to stay covered behind the crate.
Sounds good. Fritz. Yeah, your spider reaches the far wall, and you have a nice up-close view of the arcane panels set into the polished wall, and they are currently powered down. If you wanted to make sure that no one could come along behind you and power them up again, you could probably smash out some of those lights and things, disconnect a few wires in the actual panels in the circle itself. But for now, it is deactivated.
My thought was to, since I'm standing by one physical access panel, actually do some sort of physical disconnection where I am, and then also get Sparky into position to open an access panel, but maybe not do anything quite yet until
Okay.
we determine if something needs to be done in a more exciting fashion. So.
Sure. Yeah, Sparky can definitely pop a panel out and be ready to rip out some wires.
Yep. Yep.
And the swashbuckler goes now. And this time 2 hits. Slowly but surely carving away at this zombie. And Cole, that brings us around to your turn.
Okay. Yeah. Still using the repeater because I don't want to accidentally hit whoever's standing next to the next to the zombies. I'm going to continue shooting at the one that I was shooting at.
Okay.
And good lord. That's a 13.
That's a miss.
Yeah. All right. That's all I got.
Okay. Rekmara.
Rekmara stifles a yawn and shakes his head at Cole's miss. And he uses his evolutionary ability and tries to buff Cole's dexterity. Buffs his dexterity by 4.
Thank you.
Trying to envision the dex equivalent of hulking out, and I'm just having trouble with that.
It is weird, isn't it?
Cole starts juggling ammunition.
Yes, that's it. Just flips the gun.
Sticks in a new power pack, throws it up in the air, drops the old one.
Anybody else just get a City of Heroes flashback?
Oh,
100%.
I miss City of Heroes.
Alright, so the husk continues to attack the swashbuckler. And it connects with both hits. And Lasness, you're up.
It was so nice, we're gonna do it twice. I want to attack the same zombie. Husk.
Alright. Go for it.
Apparently, I think this dual lightsaber guy is really warm and needs to be cooled off because I got an 11 and I whiffed again.
The swashbuckler says, "What are you trying to use it as a propeller?"
I'm not used to the gravity yet. And that is such a bald-faced lie.
Rekmara just glares icily in skepticism.
That's kind of a standing look, though. So
Yeah, isn't that resting Rekmara face?
100%.
I forgot to mention, since you are currently engaged with the same target as the swashbuckler, you can roll that with advantage.
Oh. Well, with advantage, I have an 18.
That's gonna hit.
I hit! I'm so happy. It's been so long. Alright. Plus 5. Plus another 1, because I'm going to use my rocket booster. D10. This is it. And a D4. Okay. Now I'm ready to roll. That's a 9 points of damage.
Right. The husk attacks the swashbuckler, and the second one does, and it misses both times because you're getting in the way. And round 3, Narita.
Third time's the charm. Gonna try something again. We will attempt to shoot with the repeater. We should have not chosen to shoot with the repeater because it was an 11 and we missed yet again!
Oh no! Now you also get to roll with advantage because you have 2 people that are distracting it. So
I don't think that's enough to help.
okay.
She just kind of throws the repeater on the ground. Squats back
Yes.
down.
Just blasters just aren't for you. Well, Fritz. Now what?
Fritz is just gonna hold their action and wait for this to die down. Doesn't look like we've got more things pouring through a portal. Looks like, I won't say things are in hand, but we seem to outnumber the husks at this point, and no one is, knock on metal, dying yet. So
Not yet.
hanging in there.
The swashbuckler has taken a little bit of a beating, but they're toughing it out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna, rush in there at this point to do anything exciting. So.
All right. And the swashbuckler is going to hit with 1 swing. Carve another chunk out of the husk. And Cole.
Hello. So, I will aim this time at whichever husk looks worse at the moment.
Currently the one that is being flanked by the swashbuckler and the paladin.
Okay. I'm going to aim at that one this time in
And
the
you
hopes.
can roll with advantage.
Oh, yay. That's good. I enjoy advantage. Especially when one of those dice comes up a natural 20.
Excellent.
It's been so long, I've forgotten how this works. Is it
All dice
just
roll
maximum?
twice, then add your modifier.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, am I? Did I hit the 5 or better? This is I've got a 28, so I'm going to assume I did.
28, yes, you did.
Oh, good. So, excellent. So, I'm going to get 6 dice. On this one. Wait. I will use this one. Yes. Okay. Okay. Could be worse. 4, 8, 12, 13, 5, 6, 7, 18. So that is 18 plus anything? I don't think I have any modifiers, so it's just going to be 18.
Great.
18 damage.
Rick Mara, back around to you. Your party is not doing as well as you may have hoped, but they're improving.
Well, I suppose everything is relative. Rekmara isn't even going to cast a real spell. He's just going to point at one of the remaining husks and cast Sacred Flame.
All right. And that's a saving throw for the husk.
That's right.
It's dexterity, yeah?
That's right.
That's a 9.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Okay.
So. And he deals 6 damage with that. He hasn't moved from his spot either.
Fair. As you hit this husk with your radiant damage, it looks away from the swashbuckler that it has been wailing on and fixes its gaze on you and makes a rude gesture, as one might when one is spacewalking and has a bad communicator.
Sorry. Is that supposed to be insulting to me?
And it casts Hellish Rebuke.
Oh.
So if you would also make a dexterity saving throw.
It's an 18.
Okay. That is a success, so you will only take half damage. So you take 4 points of fire. then it has its actual turn. And this time it swings at Lasness. The first one is going to be a 21 to hit. So that will be 11 points of bludgeoning damage. And then the second swing misses.
Okay.
And then it's your turn.
Well, the one that just hit at me, I think it would be rude of me if I didn't try to return the favor. So I think I'm gonna swing at him.
Okay.
Ooh, I nattied.
All right.
This one and this one, and roll them twice.
Yes.
Okay. Not like that. Okay, that's 16 plus another 12.
How would you like to finish it off?
Camera pulls back, her hands here. She moves and she says her prepared script, adversary of the verse, it is I, Star Pilot Private Chain Tower, in the name of the Order of the Sepulchre, I will vanquish you. And she basically leaps up, does a double flip in the air, and slams her rocket hammer down on them.
The swashbuckler says, show off.
She turns and looks up at him.
And then the second tusk. We'll take that first one off of the board. Second one is going to the second one is going to turn to Lasness, and it is going to reach out and try to grab you as it mutters something under its breath. And that is going to be a 13 to hit. I think that's going to miss. And you see some black necrotic arcane energy start to stretch out from its fingertips, similar to what you have seen Narita cast when she does her curse. But as you kind of just like it shift to the side and its hand glances off of your armor, and the spell fizzles. And we're back to Narita.
Neat.
Are we ready for some more failure? Okay. We will try. We will try Thunderwave at the nearest thing.
Okay. Here's how Thunderwave works. It's like a 15-foot square that starts from where you're standing. So,
but everyone else is going to get
it will hit everyone else who is standing next to the thing.
Never mind. I forgot about that part. It's not very targeted. Just kidding. We will try Halloween Curse again.
Okay.
Wow, I cannot. That is a natural one. Nothing I add is going to help that.
Are you perhaps a bit unsettled seeing these zombies using magic, which we have never seen happen before?
I think Narita got cursed when she opened one of those books in the other room.
I wonder what was in those books.
And we just slumped back down behind the crates.
Fritz, your party is, well, one husk has gone down, but they're struggling a little bit.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Fritz is under the impression that husks are either very resistant or are not affected by electricity or lightning. But nothing else is going on, is it?
No. I think it was the maw demons that were resistant to your lightning.
Oh, was it? Well, not being certain and seeing that there's a whole lot of missing going on anyway, Fritz will probably just charge up the conduit gauntlets and give this a shot and see what we get. So this is a save DC 14, so they have to save.
Okay. That's a 19 on the die.
Ooh, yeah, that probably.
Is it all or nothing, or do they still take half damage?
I believe. Let me just double check. It was a straight up burst. Oh no, it's half damage. Okay.
Okay.
It was the other. It was the chain and the other one that are all or nothing. So 2d6. Oh, not bad. So 4.
All right.
8 half is 4.
Okay. Good. All right. It takes the lightning damage, half because it made it save, but it does not appear to be resistant.
Okay. appears to have done something, which is good enough at this point. So.
Okay. Back around to the swashbuckler. And this time, they make both of their hits. And this time they carve a little bit bigger chunk out of the zombie. Cool.
Hello.
The tide seems to be turning in your favor.
Ah, good. So, once again, I am going to shoot at the zombie in an effort to deal with this thing. I shall make my roll of shootery. This is a number. Just trying to make sure I'm adding the right number. Okay. That is a 23.
That's a hit. And that is more than 5 above its AC, which is 15.
Is it standing right next to anyone right now? I presume it is.
It is kind of right in between the swashbuckler and Lasness.
Okay, I will not overcharge then.
You don't want to take out all 3.
Well, yeah, I mean, I could. Well, next round, that would be the risk next round. That's the thing, which, I mean, you know, that would be an interesting exercise in target practice, but at the same time. 13.
All right.
Radiant blaster damage.
Cool. It looks over the swashbuckler's shoulder at you and points a finger. You can guess which one. And suddenly it's very warm and flames
Oh dear.
on the sides of your face.
It's that kind of rage, is it?
And you will take you will make a dexterity saving throw, and we'll see what happens with these flames.
Okay. Let me check something real quick. Because I may have a thing that I can do, but I have to remember how it works. Nope. Nope, nothing in the case of a dexterity saving throw, I don't think. Okay. So yeah.
Although you did get your dexterity boosted.
I did get my dexterity boosted, so I'm going to roll this die in the hope that things go well. Things did not go well.
Oh no.
That's going to be a total of 9.
Oh, you are going to take all 5 points of fire damage.
Ow. Just basically. Bitch. Are they learning magic?
Rockmara just sighs and says, "I'm not surprised, merely disappointed."
Rikmara, it's your turn.
Let's see. What is Rekmara going to do?
I recommend saying something snarky.
You would.
I don't know. If you want to go outside of his wheelhouse here, that's going to be strange. That's going to be so unlike Rekmara.
See, Rekmara just starts rolling up his sleeves, and he's just going to take a giant swing with his, or approach the husk and take a giant swing with his sun staff.
Okay.
$17.
17 hits. Roll some damage.
That's 4, and since he has made a successful attack with his sun staff in melee range, he gets to make another attack using the blastery end of the sun staff.
Go for it.
That is another 17.
All right.
Do a 6 and a 3, so 9 points of damage.
All right. Lastness. Rekmara has in exasperation finally joined the fray.
I want to try to take this number 2 out. The second husk. Am I close enough to do it?
Yeah, you're right there next to it. It's been trying to hit you.
Ah, good. I'm really glad that I got that shield bracer. It really helps. That's neither here nor there in the moment because I'm attacking it, not with the shield bracer. No, I mean, like, I tried, but it's another whiff. It's another mighty 11.
And you still have advantage because it's now 3-on-1.
Forgot about that. Yay! Oh, 20, not natural.
Okay.
Okay. Once a turn, rocket hammer. Everything's okay. $17 points of damage.
All right. And it is the husk's turn. And it decides that the paladin with armor and shield looks like a tougher opponent than the swashbuckler in a leather flight suit, and sort of looks away from Lasnus. Like it's gonna take another swing at the swashbuckler, but instead it makes a sweeping gesture and closes its fist and let me look at my map here. I would like all of you to make a Actually, you don't have to make a saving throw, but you do feel a change in the air pressure in the room as the husk casts create vacuum. It feels as if an airlock door has been opened.
Point of order. My current enchantment should override that. I have the zone of atmosphere cast on my.
This is true. This is true. What is the range on that?
That's a 30-foot sphere
30
around
feet.
me.
Okay. So, Lasnus, you're good. This swashbuckler is fine. Fritz, you're good. Yeah, everybody's fine. An attempt was made. But instead you just get a nice pressure headache as Rekamara seals that atmosphere in the room.
Rekmara is just leaning on his sun staff and he just waves politely to the husk.
It tried to outwit us.
So that brings us around to Narita's turn.
We were really hoping you all would finish this thing off and we wouldn't be here to disappoint yet again. We'll try.
If there's one thing this team can do.
Oh boy, okay. We will... We'll just cast Produce Flame at the husk.
Mm-hmm.
This should not fail because I can't. Unless it is not flammable, in which case Narita will curl up into a ball of sadness and die.
Produce flame. So you make a flame in your hand.
Mm-hmm. And she just throws it at me.
Throw it.
And please don't let there be a way for her to miss. Please.
If you want to attack with this flame that you have produced, you can hurl the flame at the creature. It is close enough for you to do so. You will need to make a ranged attack roll. Using your so roll a d20 and add your spell casting modifier, which is your charisma bonus.
So that is a 19. Finally.
That is a hit. Roll a d8 and see how much damage you do.
7. Oh. Success.
Okay. It's looking really rough. But it's still standing. So that brings us to Fritz.
Charge and fire away with the gauntlets. Same thing. And same saving throw. 14.
It rolls a 19 again.
Okay, so half of my 2d6. I only rolled a 6 this time, so 3 more points.
Okay.
I mean, I'm literally doing nothing, but at least I'm contributing, right?
Yes, you are. And hopefully, unless she misses, the swashbuckler should be able to finish it off this time. She misses.
Whatever we have is catching.
Next
a
up,
little bit distracted or not quite used to having so many people in melee.
next time we fight, we're gonna yell "no fails."
There you go. We missed. We totally messed up.
Might be a little distracted checking out your shiny shield or something.
I am pretty fabulous.
I'm just like, oh, good. It's not just us.
Speak for yourself.
I don't know. I think you're pretty fabulous. And
It's your turn.
Repeat,
Sorry,
please.
whose turn is it?
Cool's turn.
Ah, right. Yes. No. I just still can basically shoot at the thing. That's
That's how fabulous you are, Mr. Hayden.
one tries. One tries. It's difficult. Very difficult to maintain this level of fabulosity and miss the target so often. Is this still at advantage?
Yes.
Righto. Oh, that's good. That was almost a crit. So that's a 26. I have a feeling.
It is well above the AC of 15.
Yep, I have a feeling. I'm going to go ahead and overcharge this time. We'll see if this feeling is merited or not. It might be. It's 13.
How do you want to do this?
So I just
can't
sort
use
of
my speech.
So I just sort of very. I'll try not to. I'll do my best. I just sort of again just sort of close. It's just like sort of closes his eyes, reopen, and just as he's sort of pointing this thing, opens them, and breathes out. So aiming at the head, pulls the trigger, and basically, and we'll hit it in the presumably the side of its head.
On the side of its face.
On the side of its face.
Oh no! Now I've got the line from Hot Fuzz in my head.
And it's you basically blow a hole in its head, and it falls.
Sort of flip the gun, put it back in the holster.
And the swashbuckler looks at all of you, laser half swords still in hand, and she says, "You're not princes. You're not garrison.
No, we are freelance.
What are you doing here?"
We're space ghosts.
Roll credits.
Oh, I don't have my sunglasses.
And then Fritz literally turns their back on her and walks over to the panel where the things were, just to like double check that this thing is off. And it's like starts getting totally engrossed in the tech and the mechanics there. Well, half an ear listening to the conversation, but everything else just like not paying attention.
Okay, space ghosts.
Really? Really? We're freelance, alright?
Freelance what?
Investigators. We came out to look at this stuff. Trying to, doing a troubleshooting gig here. Looks like there's rather a lot going on, wouldn't you say?
All of a sudden, everybody wants this place.
We don't necessarily want it. We're just, like, working for it, so it's really more of a passionless want.
Well, you can have it for all I care.
Well, what are
Thanks.
you doing here?
Ask the Void Princes. They left me here to die.
Do you want to die?
No, I want to kill them.
I don't know if I want to kill him, but if you don't want to die, maybe we can help with that part.
Hey, are they the ones who are organizing the big invasion, like, into the center of the galaxy?
Hell if I know. You think they'd tell me? I didn't even rank high enough to get pulled out of here when they abandoned the place.
Yeah, I forgot. You got left behind, not the person who would know anything. Never mind.
How long have you been here?
I don't know. How long has it been since the garrison came and shut up the place? A few
Cole?
days? A week?
Cole probably knows this number. Unfortunately,
Yes,
Jim
you
does not
probably
recall.
know this number. It's been less than 2 weeks.
Well, under a couple of weeks.
So who opened up this little wonder on the wall?
Somebody higher up the food chain than me.
Yeah.
I thought I was coming here to load some cargo.
Actually, wait, before we get any further in this, I think it would behoove all of us to ask, are there any more of these? How many of these portals have you shut down?
As far as I know, there's just the one. I've been through the entire complex. Because I haven't had much else to do since they left me here. And I've been taking out anyone else who was left behind who decides to come back from the dead. Because this place is fucking cursed.
Yep.
And
Totally got
anything
that.
else that comes through that circle. Because anything I can do to throw a wrench in the Void Prince's plans, whatever they are, I'm happy to do it.
Yep. I think I can take care of this circle, and Fritz will hit a couple of well-timed pieces of things into various deep, dark sections of the various panels. And just because Fritz likes, like, glowing fireworks, and Fritz is also aware of the fact that we are in an atmosphere bubble, but isn't sure if the vacuum that was previously thrown in place by the zombie husk may still be in effect, tries for some, like, sparkler firework kind of things, but nothing that's going to get out of hand in case we actually do have a lot of oxygen in here.
You do short out the panels, no problem, but it won't cause too much of an issue.
What, like the light show and but I don't want to like set the whole place on fire if I can
Sure.
avoid it.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
You know what you're doing.
Marshmallows, anybody?
So what has this thing been just activating at random intervals or something?
Seems that way. It's a little, outside my bailiwick.
And I assume they didn't let you know where these things are coming from.
No. They didn't even let me know this was the cargo we were picking up.
This being the runes or the zombies, or wait, what?
The zombies in the room.
Nah.
Kind of gestures to the floor, gives one of the husks a kick.
Okay, so they were doing research here that presumably had something to do with
the freelance contract was better than mine.
Yeah, that's not bad. So presumably they were doing something. I'm just trying to put this together. They were doing research here that presumably was based on what that undead emperor did. I would guess, since there was a statue of the guy and we knew that there was something of that nature behind the funding of this place. Someone clearly has been, they say, gesturing at the dead spellcaster. Someone clearly has been doing something similar, because this is the first undead that I've seen that has this kind of presence of mind.
Yeah, that's unusual. I've seen people thrown out in airlock and come back, but not like that.
So, your folks coming here, your princes coming here.
See, baby girl.
Well, they're not my folks anymore. They terminated my contract.
They, and you're saying that this was the cargo. Are you saying that they left with a bunch of these?
Yep.
Peacefully? Like, these things just came along?
Nope.
So what, did they just come for they just come for the bodies?
And they had a whole bunch of us herd them into the docking bay into a cargo hold. It did not go smoothly, especially considering a bunch of spacers showed up and called the garrison. I'm not sure they all got away, but I don't care. I'm happy if I'd be happier if they all got blown up by the garrison, considering.
All right. So what that sounds like then is that the people at this base were working with someone else somewhere. It was very successfully bringing people back with enough intelligence to continue, doing stuff like this. We're sending them here. And someone amongst the princes got wind of that and decided to use the fruits of that in an invasion on the center.
Or the princes were paying the people here to do it. They've got connections.
And they would have the technological know-how to set up a research base to do exactly this. I mean, they have a statue. It's kind of central to what they're doing here, and they probably didn't care that there were some leftovers if they were able to get some of them out of here when the garrison did.
Yeah. Didn't we hear something, and I know this was a little while ago, but something to the effect that there was a connection we made early on, before we even came here, between this base and the former Emperor.
Yes. This was a Terran facility before the rift happened. So there may have already been some research into various immortality and necromantic practices. That the Void Princes and or whoever was left here has taken advantage of.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yes.
Okay. All
And we
right.
do have a pretty good sense of where they are recently headed, as well as historically, the fact that I think it was the Infinite Tomorrow that went down somewhere near the Aviara homeland as well. All again tied back to the Void Princes and Sergal specifically of the Void Princes. So there's definitely a movement from this place to the Sepulchral Star. I cannot say that word. And whatever is going on there with some pretty big bads in terms of both undead and then just influence people with a lot of money and a lot of tech.
And you notice that as you've been having this conversation with her, the bruises and the beating that she has taken, the swelling starts to go down. She seems to recover very quickly.
Fritz, were you able to see where the other end of that portal leads is in the programming information there?
I didn't look before I kind of wrecked it. I can see if there's anything else that'll tell me that, though.
Yeah, well, yeah,
I'll take a peek at what I can tell.
You
If
did
anything.
don't risk reopening
here.
it, but yeah.
No, I don't think I can.
When you were in the drowned forest, talking with a certain druid who was sworn to hunt the undead, you did hear that he found a summoning circle in the woods there. I don't think you actually saw the summoning circle.
No.
But the circle there was used to summon maw demons, which were swallowing the corpses and sending them through portals in their mouths to parts unknown.
So it's entirely possible that this was an outlet for where the maw demons' portal swallowing corpses were going. At least that's the guess that Fritz is going to make at this point, thinking that there is some connection. And in the back of their mind thinking, does that mean we're going to have to go back to the drowned forest or nearby again? Well, Cole, there's another summoning circle we can check out if we really want to know what's going on. Back with the maw demons.
Huh. Oh, good lord.
That, and we never actually went to shut that one down.
That's fair. wasn't part of what we were there for, but I get, I can see how this is an ever-increasing problem.
Get it this
An
way.
ever-increasing problem
If
for
we
them.
get if we get paid for whatever little bit of the job that we consider to have done here and decide to take on anything else that involves going to the Sepulchre Star or is associated with any of that, I'd just as soon shut down any other, you know, hordes of undead things dropping on us at random points before we get there, rather than having to do it from the other end when they're dropping on our heads.
That's a very good point.
Heck, maybe I'll just take Rekmara and the two of us will go do it. He can sunstaff them and draw their attention, and I'll send Sparky over to pull some wires.
He's... These gigs just don't get any easier.
Finally turned to the swashbuckler and it's like, so what are you called?
My name's Kian, but my friends call me Knife Catcher.
Hatcher?
Knife Catcher.
I guess if you gotta have a job.
Yeah, she deactivates her laser sword, spins the hilts, and finally puts them away.
Well, Clangswell Nunefritz holds bottom thunderstruck. I would normally say at your service, but I'm not sure that I am.
Lastness Chain Tower. Awkward silence, awkward silence.
Rekmara just stifles a yawn and he just says, oh, Rekmara, whatever.
Or whatever.
Narita.
Hi.
Did that come out like bloop bloop, or did it actually come out as Narita?
I got it both ways.
Both.
Cole Hayden, listen. I guess we could probably. I guess we can probably give you a lift to wherever the
Your ma?
the maw that's near here. Yeah, so we're gonna be heading that way anyway.
I'd appreciate that.
That'll give us extra hands to carry the replicator and the other stuff we were gonna pillage. Reclaim.
Pillage all you want. It's already been plundered from elsewhere, and I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna tell my old bosses.
Yeah, I will need a hand with the arcane terminal in the other room, though, so I might grab an anti-grav sled to help pull that out if there's anything else we know we want to bring out of here.
Yeah, I'll give Fritz a hand with that if that's what we're gonna start doing now.
Yep.
Narita wants to put all the books into crates and take them.
There really ought to be some copper wiring around here that we can rip out.
We'll just
The
peacefully,
place is old enough, there might be.
just peacefully strip the abbey of everything.
Yeah. I was thinking with the firefight up top, there might be some nice shiny rocks with exposed minerals for you.
Was there was something they wanted to come back and use this place for, wasn't there? Or am I just hallucinating that?
They who? The pirates? The Spacers Guild?
Yeah,
Guild?
there were like two different groups that
the
were
Miners Guild and
Miners
the
and the
Spacers
Spacers, yeah.
Guild. They want to put a rest stop slash fueling station and or mine it for resources.
But they couldn't do it when it was full of zombies, so.
Ah,
Full of,
yes.
undead.
Yeah, so we may as well just strip this.
And pirates, apparently.
Those two.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we may as well just strip out whatever we want to sell or otherwise repurpose, and because and then head out and let them fight over it.
Do you have any trouble with skeletons outside?
No, I think that the creature was like trying to pile them up and they kept moving.
I can take care of those.
Just sort of shrugs and is like, yeah. Apparently they were keeping to a certain into the craters. And it's the idea was to just avoid the craters for the most part. But yeah. Sure. Yeah, so I guess we proceed with just grabbing things and
Right.
making our way out. I guess I think this is the last room to search. I guess we should search this room for anything else now that we've finished. Like,
You could certainly do that.
now that we finished hitting things.
All right. So, the corpses don't really have anything particularly useful on them, but some of the crates around the room do have a couple thousand credits worth in jewelry and bonds and that sort of thing. There's also a couple healing hypos and a bag of holding, an actual bag of holding.
Fritz is gonna check out the tech on the bag of holding. And also see if there's anything in the bag of holding.
There is. There is a set of armor in there.
Size. Which creature size?
It's one of those fancy nanite sets, so it will adjust to fit whomever wears it.
Sweet. We'll have to gamble for it when we get back to the ship, I think.
All right. So gather your loot. probably make a few trips to get all of the stuff you want to carry out with you. And between Lasnus and Damascus, the cleric you hired to assist you, who
Oh,
was
yeah.
just kind of standing back this whole time.
Thanks so much for helping us out with those undead. That was great.
And knife catcher Kian, who just like marches out of of the abbey, and just starts punching skeletons with her bare hands. And they
Healthy.
crumble into chalk, not unlike the minotaur you saw in the maze. You're easily able to clear out the asteroid of the rest of the undead that were in that little skull gorge, as it was called.
Nice. Now it's Chalk Gorge.
Cool.
And you're able to load up, and you can return to Germa, and you will be able to report back that you have completed your mission in full. And I think that's probably a good place to wrap tonight, unless there's anything else you'd like to do. We can have some downtime on Gearmaw next week as you plot what to do next.
Cool. Sounds good. Sounds good. Awesome. Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
Say, the one thing that Fritz is going to do between here and Gearmaw is work on getting that arcane terminal actually plugged into the deck systems, so that we've got yet another fancy piece of equipment on the bridge.
Absolutely. And the original bridge setup was pretty basic, so you're pretty much able to shuffle things around and customize it however you want.
Is the bridge big enough that we can do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't just basically make it where we're just like cramming around it to
much,
get the
it's got
get
like
the helm.
workstations around the edge and like maybe a couple of command. It doesn't even have a fancy command chair or anything.
Fritz
There's lots of space.
so totally not going to be thinking about human-sized people in this bridge either. So
It's important to make sure there's plenty of space.
there's a huge amount of space on this
Yeah.
ship.
You get back onto the bridge and Narita's familiar Ted, the little clockwork goldfish in a goldfish bowl attached to a little robotic exoskeleton, who seems to have evolved, is standing on the terminal that he has built into the bridge, the antivirus unit, and he is like staring, like he has his little goldfish face pressed up to the terminal screen. And you come in, and he looks up and looks between you and the terminal. And a voice comes out of the speaker. Welcome back, Fritz.
Muted.
I'm not. Do I recognize the voice?
Never heard this voice before.
Who is this?
this ship is under new management.
Yes, but who is this?
I am under new management.
That makes perfect sense. And whose management are you under?
The screen flashes with dossiers belonging to the 5 of you who claimed it from the pirates.
I think I understand. Do you have a designation?
Under new management.
That's what I thought.
We'll work on that. I think I have a gift for you. I'll do a very preliminary plug-in of the arcane terminal just to power. How's this?
I can work with that.
Excellent. I turn to everybody else and say, hey guys, the ship is sentient.
What?
Yeah, I don't know either, but hey.
Oh. And suddenly it's the most competent thing in this group.
Out of character, I think it proved that a while back.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yep.
So,
Let's get all these. I was gonna say, let's get all these things plugged in, and then we'll figure out a better designation.
so next week we'll be getting to know your ship's magical intelligence.
Oh no. Oh wow. Okay, that was a surprise. For a moment, I thought that was Ted talking, but apparently it
Yeah.
was not.
I thought it was a TED Talk too.
Yeah, but no.
Ted is just as confused as you are.
I love that though, because I remember that there was one episode when Lesness called out to the were they lizard folk that were here as messengers. This ship is under new management, and it just sort of took that as the ship's new designation.
I really do appreciate that.
And I don't think I'd have remembered that if I hadn't decided to name the episode after it, but maybe, who knows.
All comes
That's
around.
very cool. It does. Awesome. Okay, well, let's go ahead then and do our outros. That was so cool. Right now, my favorite moment is that last moment. But we'll go ahead and go around and do our outros. Feel free to tell folks where they can find you, and any final thoughts about this session, any favorite moments or what have you. And we shall start with Alyssa.
Oh, where do I start? I have been holding on to this episode for the past 3 weeks. I was really looking forward to introducing you to Knife Catcher. So that was fun. But I just came up with this new latest twist within the past couple of days. And so that's probably my favorite moment. I always like to drop a little something right at the end.
True. And you want to Rainbow's find you?
You can find me at Origami Shuriken on Twitter, and tomorrow I am planning on doing a little stream on my Twitch channel, which is also Origami Shuriken. I'm gonna do a little one-shot indie game with my roommate. We're gonna play a wretched luncheon with your best friend who sucks at cooking. So that'll probably happen around noonish.
Cool.
Watch my Twitter, I will announce it when we go live. And then Tuesday, back on this channel for 50 Fathoms.
Yay! Awesome, excellent. I'm just making a note to remind myself to look at that later. That's very cool. Just putting that in there so I will not forget. Okay, cool, awesome. Now let us go on to Mem.
Hello. Hi. I'm Mem. Favorite moment from tonight? Definitely the ship suddenly deciding to talk. It's making me wonder what Ted did.
I know.
What he unleashed with his fiddling. But can't wait to see what happens next. You can find me mostly here. Mostly. I have started to stream a little bit on my Twitch channel more recently. So you can watch me play horror games where I'm really bad and wandering around the woods and screeching. Or baking in a bakery and also screeching a lot because I'm not good at it. So that's about it.
Nice. And over to May.
Hey everybody, my name is May. I don't really have too much of a presence online beyond here on Sunday nights. I do have a Twitter, but the best place to find me is here. I had so much fun. Initially, my favorite moment was going to be how much of a fail whale we all failed and how awesome it was. But yeah, that last little bit was just absolutely gorgeous, so they're tied. I had a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to next week.
Me too. And over to Cazimi.
Hi, I'm Cazimi, and right now I am here on Sunday nights and pretty much nowhere else. And like I think everybody else here, our last revelation is kind of like fun, see where we're going with this. But I did have to appreciate how everyone quite literally rolled with it when the rolls were just so bad, and made it work even with the natural fails and everything else happening. We managed to entertain ourselves even when we are not hitting what we are supposed to be hitting. So I was just glad to see that we could get through that one finally.
Indeed. And Anino.
Hey everyone, my name's Anino. You can find me on Twitter at Anino Gaming. Let's see, this Wednesday I will be in another TTRPG game, the second episode of Kanya, which is aired on the Twitch channel known as Utopia. Starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see, favorite moment of this show was, wow, we now have a sentient spaceship. So, that can't end badly or anything.
No, not at all.
No, not at all. So, we're looking forward to see what sorts of shenanigans come up with that. I don't think I have anything else at the moment to plug, but be sure to tune in then. So,
very cool. All right, and once again, I'm Jim. Want to thank Jade Nebula for the artwork that you see here. You can find me at OtherDoc on both Twitch and Twitter. My website is jimyesthatjim.com, where you can find my Geek Observation podcast and links to my various other podcasts, audio dramas, writings, and such. I have links down below to my website, Twitter, YouTube channel, and some fiction and games I've been working on, along with links to game signups and applications to join our Discord. One more time, just going to mention that we are doing a donation drive for the Bale Project through our Sprawl campaign. We are Team Phyllis. So you can go check out the link that is in the chat, or click on the thing down below where I have panel. There's the word that I put down below if you want to go check that out. Also always recommend folks check out Campaign 0, which I have also put the link for in the chat. So let's see what else is happening. So tomorrow night I'm going to be over on Salty Sweet Games, continuing our campaign of Strange Invasion, which is a fantasy realm being invaded by aliens, which is always fun. Then on Tuesday nights we have our continuing campaign of 50 Fathoms. It's a Savage Worlds game set in a fantasy pirate-themed world. And then that actually, this coming week, that's about it until Saturday, when Saturday night is Invisible Sun. And might actually be the finale for part 1 of Invisible Sun. So we may be wrapping things up at that point. And then, of course, Sundays, we do one-shots. Sunday afternoon, we have, I'm going to be running a one-shot of Stille Nacht, which was run by Kat expertly a week ago. And then, of course, 1 week from tonight, more Dark Matter. And that is how these things go. Sign-ups are still open right now for Stille Nacht, that one-shot, so you can feel free to sign up for that if you so desire. I'm going to probably be casting that tomorrow, tomorrow-ish. As if you want to sign up for anything, you can feel free to go down below to click on RPG sign up, or go to jimyesthatjim.com and click on game sign up. As always, beginners are welcome. So when we hit the end card, let's see, why not do a raid? We could do that. We will raid probably, let's see, Happy Jacks. I don't think we've raided for a while. I could do that. There are a couple places I will check, because also Chromatic Chimera is open, and Featherfall. There's a number of places. We'll figure it out. We'll raid somebody. So if you're so inclined, feel free to hang on and say hi to them with us. That will happen when we hit the end card. In the meantime, folks, thank you all very much for watching. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Farewell.